Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Dead End here in Cities Skylines. Guys, last episode we added in our very own aviation club, which we can now have peeps living their dreams of sailing into the skies like a vulture as they, glide through the desert. Today, guys, I want to take a look at a bunch of different things. I want to try and build a small or a secondary industrial area to satisfy the demands and cravings for all the jobs that we currently have on the go right now, or basically the jobs that we kind of need. And I also want to take a look at building a solar farm because we need the powers. And we need to harvest the natural resources of the environment and the area that we're living in right now, which is the desert. A lot of sun. Gotta get those sun rays, boys. Gotta pump some vitamin D into Dead End. Ah, yeah. So, guys, if you are enjoying this series so far, want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. So, bam! We are back, and this is what we built. It is beautiful. We need a few more businesses placed around here to kind of make the area a bit more vibrant, a little bit more going on and whatnot. And I don't quite have enough money just yet to go on to build a solar farm. Not quite sure where we're going to put it. We're going to kind of slightly move the two that we currently have. I don't think electricity is a huge issue at the moment, but as we continue to expand, it's going to be, and I want to kind of get a kind of facility set up. Very similar to how we got a waste facility set up. I want to get a beautiful little solar plant farm. Solar plants, solar rays. You guys know what I mean, right? You guys know what I mean. But anyway, we are good to go. So, I want to build like a little industry area, but first I want to focus on maybe using a little bit of commercial over here. Because we have this, it is technically, forget what it is, it's a tourist facility, this is. So if I kind of create a road that cuts down just here, just to kind of split it all up, so I can then pump in a little bit more commercial. We have got the water over here, right? Yeah. A little bit of commercial there. And see, I don't want to spread it too much because that's when we kind of then start to have a little bit of issues. But if I put the commercial on this side, just there in front of it, then we can really utilize what is currently going on right now. We got the little walkway that goes for the train station so people can kind of cut through. That's not a big issue. And that will hopefully now give a little bit of jobs, spark a little bit of residential growth. But most importantly, we need that beautiful industrial area. Now, there's two ways we can look at building an industrial area. I could, for example, build a little industrial area over on this side because not really much going on. We can kind of come off the roundabout, build something small just over here. Very similar to what we got over there. But then I got to think about train lines because we want to import, export the cargo, which wouldn't be a problem if I ran a train line down to here and hooked it all up. Not the end of the world. But we currently have from this industrial area over here, the passenger train line too. Now that gets a little bit difficult to kind of link one over. But then again, Browntown doesn't have one. I think we should set up a bus route over to Browntown. But I could also get a bus route that goes from Tumbleweed to the little industrial area to kind of hook people up onto the train line. If they want to use it, public transport is an option at that point. And that will kind of slightly satisfy the industrial demand, spark some more residential growth, because I need more residential growth before I go on to build the little town over in this area. So I think we'll come off this roundabout then. It only seems natural. Because it gives us a good run for a train and coming all the way down, which maybe it could link up to there. I don't know. Maybe it can come down to here. Again, I don't know. But possibilities are always there for us. So we'll set up we'll actually first start with a little highway road. The little, this one's set up right now. So we come 10 away. And if I bring it up, just so I've got a little starting point. And I might just kind of create it just over here. So if I just kind of slight highway before it turns into a normal road and then splits off to go where it needs to go. So it's at a slight diagonal to kind of bend round. And we build it there. Or do I build it further up here? Maybe I can incorporate the solar panel, solar plant. Why is it called? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. It is a solar power plant. There we go. Solar panels. Duh. Yeah, we get the gist of it. So if I bring this up another 10. And, I finally got this fixed. I don't actually know what was wrong with it. But I disabled it, re-enabled it, and we're back in business, boys. We're back in business. So I bring that down to there, and I think that is then where the highway will then technically end, and where our industrial road will begin. So I'm going to bring that down by 40 right there. So we got a little bit of play to kind of go with. And I don't want to do like a full, even though it's going to be kind of like a full-on grid effect, but I want a little bit of character. Like this has got a little bit of character going on right now. And I also have to be kind of wary about where we would potentially put the train line. So I could do it on the outer side, which will be up here. So what I could do is I could create a split just here. Then if I went by the full 30 to create a split into there. So if I do this, that's my split to go on both sides of the area. Some sections will be a bit further than others, and then some kind of won't. And then bring that to there. And yeah, I think I'll end that for there because it allows me to kind of build like a facility of somewhat there. And I think at this point then, if I went and did a 20 by 20 bend there. Again, this is me trying to create something different as it bends round, like the industrial area kind of bends round like this. And if I go from that point to bring it slightly out, does that feel like we kind of got something on the go? It creates something a little bit different. Who knows? But I could place the train cargo station just there. And that's probably as much as I want to do with it. It seems a bit funky and quite out there, but it's all part of it. Little areas just pop up here, there, and everywhere. And I mean, maybe eventually I can bring that as a highway road cutting all the way through. That would go down there. Maybe I could link that road up to kind of here to create a little kind of additional little bypass road. I could do. Now, how did I do the road over here? Is it all industrial? It pretty much is, apart from the approach road. So I don't know whether to kind of also then come off this. That would kind of, how much is that far away? That's a 7. If I went for a 7 by 7 down here to connect straight in, I don't know how busy that would be. That's my problem. I don't know how busy that road would be, whether it will take away from this. So I think what I'll do, I kind of get rid of it for now. Quite a unique little design. And you know where this is going to go right now, guys. Give me some suggestions of what we should call our brand new industrial area. So you know it, guys. You know the drill right now. We've got a new industrial area. Give me some name suggestions. So we'll get this industrial area set up, and that should then be me pretty good to go with, again, industrial jobs. And let me flip that round. Creating demand for the residential growth. So I bring that to there. So hopefully it should be good to go. I'm just going to quickly, I think it should be fine, but I'll just set up the rest of the roundabout all correctly. I think that's all done right. Yeah, pretty much, I believe. I think that's all done. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. But we have this now. So a few vehicles that got caught up going down the wrong way. I don't know whether to kind of run that as industrial road going all the way through, highway road going all the way through, or kind of end it here. It's still a bit of a weird one just yet. I'm not fully aware of what I'm going to do, but I suppose I won't change it until I start to see issues arising. So I'm going to follow that road. And go this way. And just slightly up there. So we got like a slight water network. I might as well just connect to here. I kind of completely missed that. That's going to annoy me if I don't get that connected. There we go. That really would annoy me. And obviously we are going to need power over here. So we'll get the power in just a moment. But we'll place down right now some industrial. So a bit just there. I'll go this side to here. And I did the same this side to there. So we kind of keep that little middle section there free at the moment. Fill all that in. Fill this in just to here. And then all of this little section. And I think that's as much as we'll kind of throw in. Maybe also kind of just fill that bit in too. Ta-da! And then what we'll do then at this point then is run the power lines directly over to connect up to here. And then this will slowly be underway. Do what it's got to do. We've got room for excitation areas here to skedaddle through, or there's just room in general to kind of build one in somewhere else. plenty of room, straight line down to here, we're good to go. But I won't place it in just yet until a little bit more time has passed, until we got a little bit more money coming in. But I should really think about building our little solar plant, shouldn't I? So this is quite cool that we can have these little pockets of little, I won't say little towns, but like, you know, we've got an industrial area over there. We're going to have one over here too. There's a slight small one. It's got, you know, it looks like there was planning with the roads bending round, but the money ran out. And so they didn't quite get as far as they would have liked in the old planning side of things. So we could do with some more commercial then. I know we got some big chunks over here. We got a little bit over there. So let's kind of finish up this little strip over here then. So from here to there, we drop a big load of whatchamacallit, commercial in just to there to kind of soak up a little bit more of that demand. Still got so much residential I can place in, but I just don't quite have the demand for it yet. We still got to finish up Oxbrook and all their residential growth, but it's getting there. This is actually getting quite a few visitors, which is quite cool to see. Oh, how is the park doing? Damn, that's making so much cash. Whoa. 72,000 visitors already. That's crazy. That's crazy. Right, let's have a little fast forward then to get this kind of area now settled. Our brand new little industrial area. And we need to start planning where we're going to put our little solar panel farm. So, my go-to is to build it here. It's not really going to need much for it. Just a little road that comes off. And then I kind of build a little farm just there. That's kind of actually satisfied all of our industrial demand, which will then spark the residential demand, but we do have quite a bit of commercial demand. But the main thing to take away from this right now is at the moment we're making clean profit, and that's all I really care about at the moment. So like how we've got a road coming off here, is pretty much what I'm going to do just here right now, with a little side road kind of style. Because there's not really too much traffic on there, it won't affect this as a junction. So if I just kind of brought this, say, down to here, and then I did a 10 by 10 by 10, and I just got to figure out then the spacing widths. How much is one of these solar farm things? 80,000. Okay. Okay. So let me first decide by moving this. So if I placed, for example, this here, I'm trying to work out the spacing that I would require and need. So if I dropped... It's quite difficult to kind of do it without actually moving it. So if I just move it now, I know I picked up the other one right now at this point. Actually, do you know what? I'll do a road coming off first. There. We'll move both of these now over to here. So we'll do one there. Oh, do you know what I should do is actually turn them into dirt roads. Do you reckon that'll be like a nice little design? One just there. So they're pretty much mimicking. And then I can kind of then stagger them and place them down. Or do I want them facing all the same way is the question. So if I was to do a road, say here. Is that going to cost me money to turn? Oh my goodness me. So if I get them all facing the same way, it's all then uniform. It's just cost me double the money to kind of do that. But I think also if I upgrade it to a dirt road. How does that look? It's not too bad. Do you know what I really need? Oh, we got this. Oh, we got these raw gravel stuff. Would this work? Oh, I think it's a bit too yellow for this theme. Yeah, I think that was might be slightly a bit too yellow. Ooh. Or is that too much? Is that too much, do you reckon, for a colour, for a shade? I might have to kind of get some darker dirt roads all set up. Mightn't I? I think I might have to. I mean, the idea is there. Don't get me wrong, the idea is there. But the execution's not perfect. I mean, these are... I mean... Ooh! Hold on. Are these walkways? Gravel roads allows pedestrians to walk faster. Can you drive... can you drive in these? Is the question. Because that doesn't look too bad. I have pedestrian... I mean, boardwalk. I like to think you can drive on it, but it has got the walk-in symbol. So I don't... Oh, Zodiac! I've got rid of the power. Why am I putting it into play mode for? So what I'll do is I'll run that now all the way down just to there. Which will provide everywhere with power again. Everywhere's all connected. Okay, apart from this little section. Is that enough to be connected? Yes. Are we back in business? No. Oh, because it needs water. At some point, guys, your boy will be a pro builder. He will be a pro builder. Right, that should give me all the power. Everyone's back to normal, right? Yeah. So I don't... Oh, you can drive on it. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. I mean, there's a slight little gap edge or whatnot, but it is what it is. So that's actually quite cool to create like a little dirt road. Now seeing that, I kind of want to change up some of my other roads. Like some of the side streets and whatnot. I don't know whether to kind of make this a dirt road. I don't think it will kind of work out too well. But I can do that for the future, though, in some certain areas. That's actually quite cool. I like that. I actually like the idea of that. I really do. So commercial's built up over here then. Industrial slowly filling up right now with that demand that we've got. Which any residential demand that actually pops up right now, we've still got zoning and areas for it to fill in. So we won't fully have a residential demand for quite some time. Well, we got a little wind farm set up. And I think we should also give the wind farm a name too. Like how we give the water treatment plant a name. So 2 places in which you guys can give me some pretty sweet name suggestions for. I think that will work out very, very well. Right, how is the chocolate rain over here? Chocolate rain. Would you drink this water? Would you drink this? You're hilarious. Oh my goodness me. Right, how is the oil area doing? So 5,007. That's the most money we've seen coming out of this area in quite some time. Now my mod works. Should we actually try and fix this? We'll have a look. I don't want to get caught up too much in it. I just might leave it to another time. It depends on how... Oh, this is Metro. Of course, Nick. That's Metro right there. So... I think it was more the fact the road, wasn't it? I think it was more the road here that was the issue. It needed to be elevated. There we go. We get rid of them void gaps, which is perfectly fine. Oh, this is a shambles right now, but until I build up more of the area where I can run a better train line, I'm just going to pretty much leave it as it is. But that's fine. We kind of sorted that right now. And that's all good. So, car wash is still here. Wonderful. Wonderful. We're not importing anything at the moment. It could change, but we're not importing anything at the moment. No plastics have been exported just yet, which is what this is creating over here. So do I need some more oil wells right now? So let's see. Let me get to the industrial roads again. So we came off there by 15. If I come off here by 15, it's about there. And come out by 10. And then we'll go for... So we got the large ones over here. We do have some like different sizes and whatnot, but I think we should just all keep it relatively simple. It's 20,000 a pop. So I did one there. As an additional 2. Needs a little bit of power coming in. So additional 2 oil pumps, oil drills, sorry. Coming in, hot and heavy. We're now a 5-star area. We are producing plastics, just haven't exported any plastics just yet. And we are importing a little bit too. So it does kind of show us that we do need to acquire a bit more. And maybe build some more storage as well. So should go for like a larger crude oil tank. I feel like I need to kind of slightly adjust my roads. So if I brought that out here. And that one out to here. I could connect them just there. And then drop down here. Ooh, it's a bit too big. But I can go for like a relatively smaller sized one. Just there to kind of increase the amount of stuff being stored. Building either an overpass or an underpass. To connect this all up. If I just pause real quick and delete that little strip. And if I went to here, making it go down to the follow the earth levels, back up again, is that enough to kind of create a dip where they can then drive under it? Is the question. If so, this will be amazing. To there. To there. Do you reckon that's... I mean, it looks like it's going to be possible. I might have to slightly adjust this, like bring it slightly down. There we go. I'm doing it very gradually because it's also going to slightly lower the building. But for the most part, ta-da! So we have that additional underpass. I like doing that. I don't know why. I feel like Dead End is the perfect place to kind of do these little overpasses. Rather than going up, we go under. Creates a little kind of connection where they can drive through without having to cross over the traffic here for when we eventually push back. I'll probably end eventually doing it the same here as well, but we're just kind of give that a little bit of a shortcut for some of the vehicles to head through. But we'll see how that ticks along as time goes on. So the money going now, 10,700. Okay. The oil area is looking good. It's looking good right now. So how are we doing over here then? We got some garbage issues on the scene. So where is all of our garbage taking place? It's literally just... Where's garbage? A couple of incineration plants just over here. That is literally all it is. So a couple over there. I think we'll drop a couple of incineration plants over here as well. Just so we can... we'll drop 2. There and there. Eventually, just so I can kind of separate the demand, so it's like spread evenly from one side to the other. But we do need to think about also creating a garbage disposal facility too. And that would be a kind of a great thing to add in. But a load of garbage trucks should now start heading out. Seeing a little bit more traffic demand on this road. I think it's okay. I don't think I need to worry too much. I think because we're just pumping out all the garbage trucks right now, why it looks a little bit more busy than usual. But that when I go around and start collecting all the garbage, we should be all good there. Still, loads of tourists coming over here right now, which is good to see. Things are looking up. Things are looking up, and we do need some more industrial. So I might as well now just kind of finish off painting all the rest of this. So I think by doing the rest of this, this is where we'll then see that little bit of traffic demand increase. I'll paint here as well, even though we don't have the train line in at the moment. But that will kind of get us all set up in the right way. And I think we need to also think about doing that train line too. I know it's going to be a lot of train lines dotted all over the place. But it's quite important for this desert area. And they'll probably eventually meet up to over here. And that might create a passing going over. Could potentially be a thing. It could not. Who knows? Well, that train line could go down to there. And we have another one that kind of connects that way. But... you just got to be careful because you got to be careful doing passenger lines versus cargo lines, making sure they don't all get caught up at the same place. But by having a train line here, it might reduce the amount of traffic coming in and out in general anyway. So they keep stopping there. Now that's normally because it doesn't allow them to flow through. So they should be able to do it there, even though there's no problems at the minute anyway. Can never be too cautious. So let's take a look at the train line over here set up then. And you know what? I'm going to create a trumpet junction. I know that's not amazing. Neither is that one. But we're going to do it, what's the word? Sunken like this one. Well, at least we're going to try anyway. We're going to try. So if I can get to the same height, where's it gone? As these. Which is only -4. Is that for real? And I'll pick... this point here. Actually, what I'll do, I'll come from here, go by 10, and we'll bring it down. Right, and I'm going to have to push it all the way through to about just there at the minute. And then what I got to do is elevate that bit of track. I know it drops down. And, right, get out of being from underground. And that little bit of highway. Elevate just as well. Now I didn't realise we're actually on quite a little bit of a slope just here. So let's see what we can do. Do I bring this side up instead? Yeah, and bring that slide slightly down. Do the same on the train line just over here. Bring that area slightly up. Maybe bring this one slightly down. But you kind of get the gist of it. push that back a bit. Yeah. So then we have the little underpass there. As we then bring the train line back up. So if say I do by 15, but bring it up by 10 just there. So we have that. Oh, that's not a gradual incline, is it? That is definitely not a gradual incline. But we can make it fine anyway with our bend. So if I do a 10 by 10. Oh, hold on. 10 by 10 just there. Now if I select from that point down to that point, and then hopefully we should be able to slope the terrain. That's a bit better. See, it looks a little bit more natural. And then we have this wonderful little trumpet ticking in, which again, it's only really connected to the cargo line. So if I come down by about, yeah, let's just go to 7 there. Oh, no, actually, no, I forgot. I need to make this quite a large spread because I need to make sure that the trains don't get caught. So 21 is perfect. From there, 21, it all connects on that side, connects there, but it's slightly elevated just here, so let me kind of sort that out real quick. And that does exactly what I need it to do. It won't trip over any of the lines. It can patiently wait for the trains because we've got the right length on our little V, and then that's going to push down to pretty much down to here. So we've got the funds, so I'm able to afford placing that in there. So if I drop it here, is that going to cause too much stress on this area, you reckon? Only time will tell. So if I drop that there. Alright, is that... Oh, it's slightly elevated. Okay. I was going to say it for a second. It looked a little bit weird. But if I bring you to here. And then just kind of gracefully follow the natural curvature of the area. Bring you to there. There's going to be a point where these do meet. I'm not sure how well I'm going to kind of get that in. But how is it here if I did it like that? It's not perfect. But if I brought this a little bit more further down. 18 by 15. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit better right now. And then, so actually, we've actually technically got a cargo area set up over there, which can go in both directions. So if goods are coming from over here and whatnot, vice versa, it can be distributed easier rather than driving it all the way over. So that kind of option's there for them. We'll up the brush size a little bit anyway, just kind of smoothing this off to slightly widen the angle and the approach. Doesn't look as bad right now. And I just want to sort this off as well. So actually, let me first start with sorting the train line just here out, so we kind of the land gracefully follows it. And then if I pump that out, so we can kind of slightly smoothen the land a bit more. All right, push that back. There we go. So it's slightly elevated, but the land kind of gracefully aligns with it in many ways. So how much that changes it, I don't know. My next slight worry is that they could use this now to drop off the goods here because for Tumbleweed it's a closer import area, which it might put a lot of demand of vehicles crossing over to get over here. But again, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But that is what my initial first thought or feel. Whoa, did the trains just disappear on us? Did anybody see that? That was kind of weird. I'm sure I've just seen like 2 trains here. Right, there's a train here. Has there been a fire already? Right, train tooting out. Okay, we're all good. I don't know whether it was just me. Ooh, quite a few trains going out. Oh, and one's going in this direction. So we could either be dropping off goods or it could be going here to fill the last few carriages of the train up. And that's what it could be doing. That would be interesting. I just want to have a little quick nose. Wow, okay, so it filled up the last 3 or 2 carriages, I'm not sure how many were there, with the remaining cargo, which is quite interesting. So this could create more growth and demand. We're now starting to see more residential growth coming in as now Oxbrook has now completely filled itself up. That's quite an interesting little bend over here. I might eventually smoothen all that out. And I do have to think about getting these guys here connected, this little trio, where I'm going to have to eventually kind of create a little trumpet junction just there to hook up the oil industry so they're not driving all the way up. I'm not a fan of the train line at the minute, but I don't really have any other options just yet. Because at the minute, a lot of the stuff is coming to here, getting off, then driving over here. So once I get the train lines all hooked up, you'll see the goods transported by train everywhere, which is going to be pretty exciting. So trains are doing its job. I actually want to see this train line. If I go to the line details, it could do with an additional train on the scene. So if I up it to 2 trains, because the amount of people now waiting at stations, it would be a good idea to kind of consistently have a secondary train on the system. So that's quite cool to see that that train line is now kind of increasing the amount of residents. The bus line, we have 8 buses, which is not too bad. I think we could probably... I mean, they're all pretty much full. So if I maybe up it to 10 buses, might be a better option for us. And I don't know whether it makes sense to have a bus line that goes from over here to over there, just simply back and forth. Or do I have a bus line that goes from there to here and then to there, like a free stop like that? Or that will kind of diminish the train line, you reckon? I mean, the train line is technically considered a little bit quicker. We'll see. We'll see. So, bus route anyway. So if I had an additional bus stop, let's say on the opposite side of the road just there, and all this bus route is going to do is come straight in. We'll get it to stop, let's say here. So it's kind of out of the main drag of the road of traffic. We'll then have it stop at the train stop just there. Oh yeah, then we'll make it go back. Do I make it go back? I'll make it go back because you're going to get those people that do want to kind of go back and forth. It's a bit funky, this bus route. But that is the whole reason for it. Until we have like a better system set up, that's kind of what we're going to go with. So put it into play mode. Our bus line 2, I'll make this one pink-ish. So we can see like the actual difference in the lines. How much that's going to be used, I don't fully know. It'll just be interesting to see, you know, people waiting at bus stops. No one's waiting at the moment. Few peeps waiting over here. I hope it doesn't take away from the train line going back and forth. Oh, snap, there's a lot of buses on it already. I don't think we're going to have that much demand. 20 vehicles? Where did you get the idea of 20 vehicles? I was thinking more like 4. That's what I was thinking, 4. But we'll see how that ticks along anyway. And we'll come back and kind of look at it. Lots of trains coming in here, which is good to see. I am seeing a little bit more pressure on this junction. It doesn't mean that I want to throw a roundabout in. It just might mean maybe setting up like a double road. So let me see what I can get up to. So if I upgraded this road just to being like that, it gives us that right-hand turn availability and left-hand turn leading in. I could do it on all parties. Just here for now. A bit counterintuitive for some of them. But it just allows multiple vehicles able then to cross over without me having to like do like traffic lights, time traffic lights, dedicated turning lanes and all that kind of stuff. Just slightly takes the edge off a little bit. Worst case scenario, I'll drop a little middle roundabout there and I'll lead that into it, and then this comes down and cuts into there that way to get away from this junction. But I feel like that is as good as. You're going to get moments where it's a little bit overloaded, but that should kind of see us through. Don't feel like I need to panic too much. Oh, what's the issue here? Too few services. Ah, okay. So we need some policing over here, which will be a good idea. So I'll squeeze you just there. We'll get the fire services just on this side here, all facing in rather than on this main Drecker road, which provides the services. Them issues have kind of disappeared. Hopefully, your issues are now gone. We got those services in. It's going to cause a little bit of ding-a-ling in the upgrades, but it's all looking good. And now we've completely switched around 360 from now having a lot of residential demand within Dead End, which is good, really good. So that now means I can maybe start progress on building this slightly larger towns at Oxbrook down here on the peninsula area, which I feel like this area will be perfect for like a little stadium too. I just kind of feel like that is the perfect area for it. Not too bad, not too shabby. Everything's going in the right direction. Service is looking good apart from the garbage, but we don't really have any issues at the minute. I'm very happy with how things are now pretty much ticking along. But I think we will end it for here for now, guys. If you did enjoy this episode, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. Again, give me some suggestions for our brand new kind of industrial area and our solar farm over here too. That would be greatly appreciated. But there's still so much we need to get done, so much we need to get set up, and I'm really, really excited to continue building this beauty. And just before we do leave, all area making decent money, no imports at the moment, which is good, but I gotta sort that train line and getting it all connected up over here. Again, we'll do that next episode, but until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye.